So y'all, I want to talk about the movie Sinners. And I usually don't watch horror movies. I grew up watching all the horror movies and sci-fi movies that I needed. But something about this film I needed to go see, and it was just so insightful what I really got from just watching that on so many different levels, spiritually, esoteric, just everything. So let's get into it. First of all, three questions I want us to think about that I'm going to kind of speak about. One, who's feeding on you? Two, who's asking you to come and join them? And three, who is asking, can they come in? Those are the three I want to talk about. It's so interesting that vampires were used as the main villains in this movie, because to me they're the perfect metaphor for this current world system and the subsystems, relationships, entities, corporations, religions. It's the perfect representation. The vampire, one that feeds off of prey to their own detriment, and eventually causes that person to forever be stuck in the same cycle that they're stuck into. To me, it's the vampire type ways is one and the same with narcissism. I truly believe this full world system that we currently have is narcissistic. And to me, that's why it's currently crumbling. Because for so long, it's been feeding off of people to people's own detriment, and yet it's been gaslighting people as though it's beneficial to them, while the people are suffering and ultimately getting stuck in this repetitive cycle of pain and suffering that they can't seem to get away from for generation upon generation upon generation. I really want y'all to think about that. Think about how the corporations, how they're literally feeding off of the people. The people are miserable in these jobs, but the people feel like they're stuck in the cycle, that they can't get away from it, that this is just what it is. And we're gonna train the next generation to follow in this same path, all the way down from the current structure of relationships and how they tell us, when it comes down to your family, they're supposed to be able to just take and feed off of you, and that's just your duty to them. When it comes down to romance, you're supposed to just be feeding off of each other in some type of imbalanced, parasitic type way. It's almost like everything has literally been perverted, even down to the religions, where they get you into these religions and they simply feed off of you while keeping you pretty much helpless, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all of that. So I love that this movie pointed out, who is asking you to come and join them with this false promise that everything is going to be great and you're going to have everlasting life and this is the way to go. And then if they can't get you in to join them that way, then they're going to say, hey, can I come in? And it's going to be so innocent. Hey, can I come in? But when you let them in, they overtake you with force. What ideologies? Because it even goes beyond these. When we talk about parasitic, when we talk about things that will latch onto you and feed off of you, when we talk about narcissistic, things that will latch onto you and feed off of you until you're dead. We're talking beyond just the system and religion and politics, but all the way down to the ideology that you see each and every day on social media. These belief systems, these movements, these pink pill movements, red pill movements of hate men, hate women, believe in this, believe in that. All of these things are grabbing at your attention, saying, come join us. Come join us. Give us your energy. Give us your attention. And I'm going to tell y'all, This world, this world is inclusive of everything. It's inclusive of the good, the bad, the in between. It's inclusive of everything. There's many ideologies, there's many beliefs, there's many ways of being. Honey, there's even many entities. There's not simply just people. There's not simply just demons and angels. There's many other entities, many other things that you wouldn't believe, honey. There's things that look human and they're not. There's things that look human and they're not. And I've seen these things with my very eyes. We've been told, oh, there's just humans. Oh, and maybe we'll believe in angels and demons. Honey, there is so many other beings and entities that if you could really just see with your third eye, it would scare the kajibis up out of you. Honey, the stuff I don't see, honey. And I'm telling you, all of these things, these angels, these demons, these other humans, these other entities, all of them are grabbing at your attention, wanting to feed off of you, wanting to bring you into these ideologies and these belief systems and these ways of working and these ways of thinking and these ways of worshiping divinity and these ways of, oh, this is how politics should be. All of these things want to bring you in, and you have to ask yourself, if I'm joining, if I'm coming and joining and being a part of whatever ideal, whatever system, is it truly benefiting me? Is it nourishing me? Is it nurturing me? Or is it simply feeding off of me? Is it simply draining me, taking away from me? Is it simply benefiting off of me while I'm suffering from it? And this is why I said, who's feeding off of you? Whose ideal are you living? And what parasitic relationships are you currently in? Is it with your job? Is it with your family? Is it with your religion? Is it with your politics? What are you giving yourself to that is not truly giving back and nourishing and flourishing you? Because that's where your parasites are. So when I seen sinners, it was just like, wow, this is true on so many different levels, and people miss it. It's true on so many different levels, and people miss it every day. People don't even see the bigger systems of how the corporations and the politicians and the government and the pharmaceutical company is feeding off of them, is parasitic towards them. They miss that. They don't see how certain people within their life, certain relationships, certain dynamics are feeding off of them, parasitic. And a lot of it's like a veil where they make it look like you're mutually benefiting, but in the end, they're fattened and full, and you're dying of starvation, whether it be mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So we always have to ask ourselves, in what ways have I invited parasites in? In what ways have I joined myself onto parasitic people, places, and things? But the interesting thing is, the majority of people get sucked into parasitic, vampiric relationships because they're not willing to walk into their own power. They're not willing to own their own power. They're not willing to be accountable for their own life. So many people are looking for a way out. So many people are looking for a savior. So many people are looking for somebody else to make their life better. And that's when you get sucked into these parasitic relationships. That's when the religious cult, the religions can come and say, oh, we got your answers. We got a savior for you. We'll make your life better. Come and join us. That's when a politician say, hey, elect me, pick me. I'm going to make your life better. Can I come in? That's when just So many, even when it comes down to different entities and demons, you have to invite these things in. And a lot of times it's because people feel powerless. People are stuck in low conscious states of fear, insecurity, and feeling powerless. And honey, oh my God, oh, that's the perfect energetic space for you to be possessed and overtaken. Because basically your field is so weak that you're just wide open for these entities, these demons, these other things to come and just overtake you. It's almost like when you're under the influence of drugs and alcohol. People don't realize that certain type of drugs and certain type of things, it leaves you wide open, especially in your crown chakra. I remember when I went to Brazil to do ayahuasca. And while I was in the journey, I could see the people around me and how a lot of them was energetically open in their crown chakra. It was wide open. And I could literally see these spirits and these different entities. Because I told y'all, it's more than just demons and angels. I could see these different spirits and entities basically waiting to get a chance to possess, even if it was going to be temporarily, to possess and overtake this person that was pretty much out of it and their crown was wide open. Even when it came down to the tribal people, because we was in the jungle, the rainforest doing this. When it came down to the tribal people that lived there in the rainforest, the musicians that would play, they would play literally from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. nonstop. And around 2 to 3 a.m., the music would get good. And it's almost like they was in a trance. And what I could see, I could literally see there were spirits. There were spirits that played those instruments, that knew those instruments, that had been playing those instruments for centuries. And what they would do is they would wait for the musicians to be under the influence of the ayahuasca. And they would literally go within the body, possess the bodies of the musicians to play those. They just wanted to play the instruments. They didn't want anything else but to play those instruments. And they was waiting for when the time was right for them to possess the musicians. And I'm telling you, the music would sound like heaven. Between 2 a.m. to 5 a.m., the music would sound like heaven. And I knew it was because those spirits had possessed those musicians. And even some of the people that was in my group, I had to tell one guy, like, hey, make sure you cover your head and make sure you pray, because the spirits, they was literally about to run a train on you, honey. They was literally trying to figure out who was going to get first when it came down to possessing you. I could see this. And one thing that I really seen that disturbed me was it was these people, and they look weird as hell on the outside. But the moment I seen them, I knew something was off, and nobody else could pick that up. When I went under the medicine, I could see that these people were energetic zombies. They were not human at all. They look human, and even as human, they look very sickly. But in the spirit realm, they were actually zombies, and I even see them feeding off of people when people were underneath the trance of the medicine. All of this was a bit much, but I'm not necessarily new to seeing spirits and beings and things like that. That was very much for me. But it's been widely understood. It's been widely understood, even for myself. Honey, I've been having entities trying to come after me for a while. Even starting with my own mother. These dark shadow figures. And especially with people that are dealing with narcissism, people that are dealing with a low state of consciousness, they're literally the perfect vessels for these entities to inhabit, so they can go and feed off of other people that are in close vicinity or that they have access to. So not only do they low-key feed off of that person, but then they want to attach themselves to other people, especially people with strong energetic life forces, and they want to suck you dry. And that's why, narcissists, they love light beings. They love people that are full of life energy. And if they can grab onto you, they're going to suck you dry, because it's not simply flesh and blood. It's the entities that are inhabiting these people that are open and willing vessels because they feel so disempowered, because they're so traumatized, because they're so insecure, because they're so hungry to have power in some type of way. They give these entities permission to basically parasite off of them and then attach to different people and feed off of them as well. So hopefully I ain't go too far with the cuckoo's nest, but you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful. And even with the dark shadow figures, it's something that I noted specifically after I would get away from these certain people that were showing all the signs of narcissism. When I would get away from them, these black shadow figures would try to come visit me during the nighttime. And I would basically have to rebuke them and let them know, no. And something would let me know, oh, that was an entity that was within that person that you just cut off 2 days ago. Every narcissistic person I've had to remove from my life, a black shadow figure came and visited me not too long after. Maybe a day or two after I finally cut them off. And, you know, they can feel it energetically when you cut them off. So, y'all, this world is much more than what we see with our physical eyes. There's so many systems, and y'all don't realize that even the systems themselves can be considered entities. Politics can be considered an entity. Religion can be considered an entity. These things, they need energy to survive. They're like everything else on this planet. It has to intake to survive. No, it might not be intaking food. It's intaking energy. Where is it getting that energy from? When we talk about these different entities, especially these systems and these spirits, they're going to get their energy from the people. The people who are ignorant and don't know that their that their energetic field is weak and they're leaking and leeching energy. Or it's going to be to those who basically become open vessels for these entities, or they become slaves to these entities and they allow these entities to feed off of them. When we talk about politics and religion, that's kind of like a voluntary enslavement, where people say, okay, I'm going to get with this side and this is who I'm going to allow to take my energy and feed off of me, because whatever they're doing, I believe that it's going to benefit me in some way. So you have the unknown ways that these things parasite off of you, and then you have it's like in your face, but it's not, you know, you're ignorant to it, but you're volunteering to it. And it might be out of pressure, it might be out of ignorance, it might be out of, oh, I thought it was the best thing for me. So hopefully it wasn't all over the place, but really look at what parasitic people, places, and things you may be entertaining. Are these things that you're connected to, are they nourishing you, or are they actually starving you? Ask yourself that. So I'm gonna sum it up. Other than asking yourself, really sitting down and looking at your entire life, looking at your job, looking at your religious belief, even looking at your diet, looking at your friends and your family members and the people you date, looking at your current belief systems, looking at all of this, really do a analysis. Is this nourishing me? Is it causing me to live a better quality of life? Is it pouring into me? Is it really taking care of me? Or is it truly draining, starving me, and causing an early decay in me? And this is on a physical, financial, spiritual, emotional, and mental level. You really have to take a tally and say, is this person, is this place, is this thing, is this concept, is this ideal, is it feeding me? Is it empowering me? Is it actually flourishing and growing me and blossoming me? Or is it causing me to live in fear, pain, suffering, draining me, killing me, causing anxiety and stress? And if it is, how can I get myself out of this parasitic type of situation? How can I get myself out of this parasitic type of situation with my job, with my marriage, with my parents, with my current faith system? with how I even have with food, whereas the food is feeding off of me. I'm not even feeding off of the food. You know, the food is making me sick. But I'm buying the food, giving my time, my energy, my money to it. But the food is not giving me nutrition because it's junk food. It's not, it's not for that. So it's like we have to take an account. And then also, be careful what we're welcoming in and also what we're flirting with. When we see danger, when we see a hell no, don't go investigate. Keep it moving. Because sometimes going to investigate, being nosy, wanting to flirt with it, is going to cause you to be overtaken. Oh, let me go talk to them and see what they about. Now you bit up, baby. Now you a vampire too. Oh, y'all can come on in. Now you bit up. Now you a vampire too. And y'all, on another note, that's why I don't do welcome mats. You will never see a welcome mat. You will never see any sign in front of my door saying welcome, come on in. And I know y'all might think it's crazy, but you got a sign, you got a mat outside your door saying welcome, come on in. Everyone is welcome. Who are you? Do you know, who are you welcoming in? Like, do you know that there's other things than just human beings? Are you're welcoming in demons, entities, angels. You just welcoming in any and everything. And the thing is, if you have the mat there that says welcome, come on in, okay, they're gonna come on in. We don't realize the power of our words, whether it's written or spoken. When you tell somebody welcome, you're welcome, that means, hey, you're good with coming on in. Whether it's my body, whether it's my home, welcome on in. You baby, you would never see me with a welcome mat. And my third point is who has seduced you to come and join them? And it's not necessarily paying off like you thought. Who has seduced you to come and join us? We got the answers. We got everlasting life. We got what you need over here. You're going to be so happy. Who has seduced you? Really take an account. And if the seduction wasn't what it was, then how are you going to take your power back? How are you going to take your power back? Because anybody who is telling you that they can come and save you, that they can take care of you, just, hey, just rely on me. Just give me everything and I'll take care of you. You've become a slave to them. You become a slave to them, to that thing. Whatever you give your power over to, you become a slave unto it. So how will you get your power back? Because you're the only person that is going to create your dream life. You're the only person that is going to save you. Nobody's coming to save you. They're coming to enslave you. So with that being said, y'all have a good day, okay? Let me know what y'all think in the comments.